At 6, a lawsuit claims a customer choked on a bobby pin found in her soup at a well-known Myrtle Beach seafood restaurant. Now, according to the lawsuit, the incident happened at Hook and Barrel last month. The couple claims they ordered a bowl of she crab soup, and while eating the soup, the wife felt a sharp, painful sensation and started to choke. Her husband says that she was then forced to administer the Heimlich maneuver, which caused his wife to spit out the metal bobby pin. The lawsuit claims a second bobby pin was later surgically removed from that woman's stomach, and the restaurant denies the claims and is asking for the lawsuit to be dismissed. Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes here to discuss this. And Khalif, do they have a case here?
I mean, I say this all the time. This is a typical negligence claim. I looked at the complaint. You have 6 causes of actions that they have in here, and it's negligence per se, and gross negligence. And I would have to say this is probably the weirdest example of gross negligence. That meaning it was extremely overt, but then also gross in my mind because you're swallowing a bobby pin. And so, do they have a claim? Was there a duty? Did they breach that duty? Was it causation, and are there damages? Well, the duty would be to not serve someone with an item that could choke them or cause some type of internal harm. Having that item in there, that would be a breach of that duty. And now, did that actually, you placing it in there, but for you having that item inside of my soup, I wouldn't have needed the Heimlich maneuver. I wouldn't have needed unneeded surgery. My husband wouldn't have had to go through that process of performing a maneuver on me. So it seems like there is at least a basis for those things to be there. There's also a claim of product liability. You have a duty to provide a product to a person that doesn't cause them any harm. So they have laid the foundation for a number of claims in this complaint. And it seems like at the very minimum, it's just a stand, what would be something called a motion for summary disposition, a claim to get the case dismissed. So I think it sustains that. We'll see if it can go further.
But how do you prove that the actual bobby pins were in the soup?
That's going to be a lot harder to prove than anything. And so hopefully if they're going and doing the investigating process, you're looking for any internal cameras, you're looking at the bobby pins, you're looking at folks that were there. A lot of this will be photos, and a lot of it will be one person's expert versus another person's expert. And so if this goes to trial, which I ultimately don't think it does, but if this does go to trial, it will be experts versus experts. It would be testimony versus testimony. And you can't go look past the facts that she did have a bobby pin. I looked at the x-rays. It showed that the bobby pin was in her stomach. But your question is, who put it there? Was it her own bobby pin? Was it someone that worked in the staff?
Was it there prior before she came to the restaurant?
That would be the problem. I mean, because we've seen this in the past with people bringing claims against restaurants, against individuals, and it saying, look, I found food, that was something that was not supposed to be my food, and come to find out that it was something that they placed there. So that will be the argument of the restaurant. But again, there are a number of concerns with this type of complaint, but your major question is, can you prove that it was by the restaurant?
And you have to go to the people that were working in the restaurant at the time who prepared the soup. But if you do settle in this, or it goes to trial and then are found liable, how much do you win out of something?
You got multiple different types of complaints and requests in here. So the first one is loss of consortium. The husband is saying, I've lost my companion and I lost my companionship. So you'll have to be able to sue for that. You're also talking about the damage to her, the physical damage, and loss of earning, loss of wages, any type of medical bills that she had. Most of the type of claims that you see against a restaurant would be for slip and fall, or you'll see the big ones for, being burnt by some type of food. These type of claims, I mean, they'll settle, but this isn't a multi-million-dollar claim. This is typically like the hundreds of thousands of dollar claim, but right now it would all depend on the types of damages. But because it's 2 people, not just her suing, it's at least a couple $100,000.
Yeah, and everybody doesn't want, I mean, they don't want that kind of PR for the restaurant for sure going forward, but you certainly want some sort of resolve this case in some way.
Quick as you can. You don't want this at all out there.